Hello, friends. This is Dave Hurwitz, executive editor at ClassicsToday.com, here with Volume 1 of the complete orchestral works of Helvi Leiviska. Did I say that right? I have no idea. Anyway, she's Finnish, and it features the Lahti Symphony Orchestra under Dalia Stasevska on bis. I hope this series survives to completion because Leiviska is a very good and interesting composer. We already talked about her first symphony and piano concerto with Ari Rassalainen on Hensler, but this is going to be a complete series of her orchestral works. There aren't tons of them, a few symphonies and some other things. This particular volume contains her Sinfonia Brevis, Opus 30. Her dates were, by the way, 1902 to 1982. Her Orchestral Suite Number 2, and her Symphony Number 2. Now, these are all interesting works. One of the things I like about her is that her mature style, once she got going, became highly contrapuntal. It has a lot of interest down through the texture. And you hear that in the Sinfonia Brevis, which is only 12 minutes and 35 seconds long. It's quite brevis, and it's in one movement, and it's almost entirely fugal. It just builds up to one big climax at the end, and then it stops. And it's very satisfying in what it does, because you could just really feel it having a strong sense of direction and plenty of musical interest. And the ideas are not like tuneful captivating, but they're interesting, and you can hear them and you can follow them. And it's just a very, very well constructed work. Whether or not it's like expressively powerful, well, I don't know. Maybe it's a little bit more intellectual than it is emotional, but there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with music that makes you use your brain a little bit, for heaven's sake. And then we've got the Orchestral Suite Number 2, which is in 4 movements, marked The Coming of Spring, Humoresque, Lullaby, and Epilogue. This is a suite arranged from film music to the movie Juha. Now, those of you who know Finnish music and who like Finnish music know about Juha, because there are 2 Juha operas. One of them was by Madetoja, and the other one was by Mericanto, the son. There are 2 Mericantos, Oscar and Are Mericanto. It's Are Mericanto. Now, Mericanto, the son's Juha, is very Puccinian and lush and beautiful and sort of Straussian and whatnot. They're all both from like the 1920s. Madetoja's is much more austere and obviously folk influenced. And the story, it's a love triangle story. It's about a farmer whose wife is lured away by the ne'er-do-well Shmeika, Shmeiki. He's a schmuck, Shmeika. Shmeika the schmuck lures away, Juha's wife, and they all kill each other, or someone kills somebody, and, it's very popular. Anyway, that was turned into some sort of expressionist nightmare movie, and Leiviska was asked to write the film score, which is quite effective. The music is very atmospheric and quite lovely, and you get a sense that she knows what she's doing, and she made a very nice orchestral suite out of it. Then finally, we get Symphony Number 2, Opus 27. Don't let the low opus number fool you. She was not a hugely prolific composer, and each piece that she gave an opus number to kind of matters. The second symphony is in 3 movements, 28 minutes long, and it ends with a slowish movement. And here again, we hear the kind of stuff that she does in the first symphony, only refined considerably. That is, there's music of sort of nature kind of things and contrapuntally high, webby, diaphanous texture, followed by chorale music of dark, low tones. It's all tonal. I mean, it's dissonant. There's a good level of dissonance, and like I said, unlike the first symphony, this piece has a real sort of thread moving it along, pushing through it. I enjoyed the piece quite a bit. I expect I'll return to it fairly frequently just to get a sense of it, at least initially. And it's a powerful and impressive and somewhat dark work expressively. It's they say in the notes it could have been called her tragic symphony or something like that. I didn't hear the tragedy, but I do hear the seriousness of it, the emotional darkness, sometimes a sense of claustrophobia, opposed by music of more hopeful demeanor. It's worth getting to know. You need to listen to it a few times to let it sink in. I've heard it a couple times already, and I need to listen to it more, but I want to. And I think that's the point, really. Anyway, the sonics are great. The playing of the Lahti Symphony is wonderful. Dalia Stasevska does a terrific job conducting. I am really looking forward to hearing more in this series. I think it's going to be very, very rewarding. So keep on listening, friends, and give your Leiviska a chance. Take care.